Welcome to the Brush High School 2020 commencement ceremony. Whoop. Thank you to Aaron Quidlin, Bradley Bass, William Hornbaker, Scott Troutwine, Bobby Murphy for all of their work to prepare for this special event. As this is an unusual graduation, please refrain from leaving your vehicle for any reason. Please also refrain from honking unless the student being announced is in your family group. The graduation video and live streaming link to the ceremony can be found on the Brush High School website, and a special thank you to B106 for helping us out today. Thank you and enjoy this special afternoon. Please remove your hats and remain in your vehicle while the BHS Jazz Choir sings the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome, parents, families, honored guests, and of course a big welcome to our senior class of 2020. Before we begin, I would like to introduce our honored guests that would normally be on stage: Superintendent Dr. Bill Wilson, board members Diane Cox, Lacey Garrett, Brandy Hansen, Meg Fow, Sean Tatalini, Alejandra Santana, and board president Brad Mortensen. In recognizing our Brush High School class of 2020, I would like to say congratulations. Along with recognizing your efforts, I would also like to call attention to the Brush School District staff that is extremely proud of what you have accomplished. I also want to call attention to the people in attendance today that have instilled the value of hard work, your parents. Additionally, I would like to have a special parent salute. The class of 2020 has experienced the most unique senior year in human history and needed some great support systems to get them to this point. Parents, thank you for everything you have done. At this time, we will play our senior parent salute song, Even Though I'm Leaving, by Luke Combs.
Won't you stay? Daddy, I'm afraid. Won't you stay a little while? Keep me safe. There's monsters right outside. Daddy, please don't go. I don't want to be alone, 'cause the second that you're gone, they're gonna know. Before he went to bed, he grabbed my hand and said, just 'cause I'm leaving, it don't mean it. I won't be right by your side when you need me. You can't see me in the middle of the night. Just close your eyes and say a prayer. It's okay, I know you're scared when I'm not here, but I'll always be right there. Even though I'm leaving, I ain't going nowhere. Dad will be late, and Uncle Sam don't like to wait. He's got a big old plane that's gonna take me far away. I know I act tough, but there's a churning in my gut, 'cause I just can't call you up when things get rough. Before I left, he hugged my neck and said, just 'cause you're leaving, it don't mean it. I won't be right by your side when you need me. You can't see me in the middle of the night. Just close your eyes and say a prayer. It's okay, I know you're scared. I might be here, but I'll always be right there. Even though you're leaving, I ain't going nowhere.
Thank you. At this time, we will hear speeches by BHS graduating seniors Zach Griffith and Quentin Draggart. It is my pleasure to introduce our first speaker, Zach Griffith.
Congratulations, class of 2020. You made it. I want to take a moment to thank all of the people who helped get us here. Parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, family, and friends. Thank you for being here and helping us reach this day. We would not be here without you. Classmates, I am now going to share with you what life has taught me up to today. It is important in life to have visions and goals. When we came to kindergarten, we all had a vision. Our visions and goals were smaller than what we may have today. Well, maybe yours were. I wanted to be the next Derek Jeter. You can't ever set too many goals for yourself. You need something to give you purpose when you wake up tomorrow morning. Always have a vision and goals. Life is a lot like baseball. Sometimes it throws you a curveball. When it does, you have to adjust. I wanted to be the next Derek Jeter in 5th grade. Life threw me a huge curveball. For the first time in my life, my goals changed. My goal changed from being Derek Jeter to just wanting to walk, talk, and go back to school and be with my friends. When you are thrown a curve and you have to adjust, always look for the good things in your new situation. I got to meet lots of great people and nurses who helped me meet my new goals. Classmates, if you are ever feeling sorry for yourself, family, friends, and good old-fashioned hard work can help you make it through anything. Trust me, I lived it. I am not alone in facing challenges. Life is going to give you challenges. It is how you face those challenges that make them a blessing or a curse. Keep your eye on the ball. You can't look back, even when you want to look back, even when you want to give up. You have to just keep fighting. If you keep fighting, you'll make it to your goal. If you never stop fighting, every challenge will become a blessing. Class of 2020, the most important thing you can do is to look back on your progress and make sure to celebrate the big and small accomplishments in life. For me, just remembering all my stuff in the morning is something to be celebrated. Take time to celebrate graduating today. This is a big accomplishment and one that you will never have again. Be thankful for the blessings in your life. Classmates, I know you all can set goals and fight to accomplish them. All of us have wanted to quit school at some point, yet here we are graduating. I would not have wanted to walk this game of life thus far with any other class. Class of 2020, we are ready to go play this game. May we all be aware of the curveballs and make sure to adjust when they come. Keep fighting and working hard. Congratulations, Class of 2020. We made it.
Thank you, Zach. And now it is my pleasure to introduce our next speaker, Quentin Draggart.
If I give you one message to hold in your hearts today, it's this. Treat the word impossible as nothing more than motivation. Relish the opportunity to be an outsider, because it's the outsiders who change the world and who can make a real and lasting difference. The more that a broken system tells you that you're wrong, the more certain that you should be that you must keep pushing ahead. You must keep pushing forward. President Donald J. Trump. Hello, as many of you know, my name is Quentin Draggart, Q for short, member of the Brush High School class of 2020. I think the class of 2020, my class, your class, can relate to this in a lot of ways. Our lives have seen many hardships as well as many times of prosperity. We were brought into this world during the events of 9/11. I was born 1 month later on 10/11. Our country, as our parents and grandparents knew it, was changed forever. But as a society, we pressed on. The changes that occurred following 9/11 became a new normal for us. Many people said that it would be impossible for our generation to have a normal life. But we used that negativity to fuel our fire. We became those outsiders, as we grew to expect that there are no guarantees in life. This country has truly been born on the ideology of outsiders. The people who were told that they were never going to amount to anything because they did not fit the bill as being so-called a normal individual. Many people are told that it is impossible to go out in the world and make a difference because they are an outsider, with a wild and crazy idea about what they would like to see in the world. I can speak from experience that the word impossible can be used as motivation to do better than the hand dealt to you. As many of you know, when I was 5 years old, I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, an autoimmune disease that attacks your pancreas, causing it to quit producing insulin, which is a hormone needed to convert food into energy and for proper growth and development. Type 1 takes a lot of management and to control daily carb counting, multiple finger sticks, daily insulin injections, monthly doctor's visits, counteracting growth hormones, high blood sugar, and scary lows. Right now, you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, how can a 5-year-old kid possibly have a normal life while having a disease like that? It must be impossible. I will not lie to you. I'm sure that's the same thing that my parents both thought as soon as they heard my diagnosis. But as a family, we found out fast that impossible would not be the case with me. After many doctor's appointments and sleepless nights, we finally found some normality in life. And I can say, thanks to my parents' help, it was not impossible for me to have a normal childhood full of sleepovers, birthday parties, being a farm kid, tractor driving, fairs, getting my driver's license, Oh, and farming, the most important thing. Now as a young adult, I have been blessed with so many other opportunities. I've been able to travel on school trips for more than just a day, played sports, and I can't even put into words how blessed I am to have had those experiences given to me through the Brush FFA chapter that has truly shaped me into the person that I am standing before you today. The impossible dream of being all that I can be in FFA only motivated me to be the best chapter member and leader that I could be. I thank Mr. Dreitz for listening to my mom go on and on the first time we left on a multi-day trip about my daily care needed. I am sure he thought, well, this woman is impossible. But through dedication and care, we made it through. In conclusion, my fellow senior class, now here we are, facing the unimaginable, definitely the impossible 6 months ago. Our biggest worry was getting into the new school in a time to successfully manage our last semester. But once again, the world threw a total pickleball at us. Never did we think that our graduation plans would be up in the air. Prom, basketball, track, golf, banquets, concerts, and all events canceled. A broken world seems to be trying to tell us something, but that same world might be forgetting who we are. We are the kids born into a world full of turmoil, unrest, to only have risen above the smoke and ashes to succeed. We are the kids of 9/11, and we are now the class of 2020, strong. We're the outsiders. We pushed ahead. We pushed forward. We proved that nothing is impossible. Go out, class of 2020, and make the impossible happen. If I give you
Next, I would like to recognize our honor graduates. Honor graduates are noted in your program with the asterisks and in person with their gold stoles and medals. Please honk when your name is read. Ashley Marie Bacon. Jordan Lynn Banks. Alexandra Benitez Sanchez. Brooklyn May Cox. Michael Allen Crandall. Alicia Catherine Dory. Quentin Riley Draggart. Edgar Adrian Escalante. McKenna Rose Evelyn. Rihanna Renee Getchell. Robert John Hobbs. Aubrey Renee Klein. Angelis Betty Medina. Jimena Carame Pena. Alexa Reeves. Ricardo Reyes. Sabine Yvette Reyes Calvillo. Michaela Angel Salazar. Alfonso Saucedo Zavala. Maddie Lee Singley. Emily Samantha Stratman. Delana Joan Tatalini. Jordan Ann Urig. Nayeli Vasquez. And Nicholas Lane Wellen. At this time, I'd like to recognize our salutatorian, Edgar Escalante. Edgar is the son of Edgar and Lindsay Escalante and plans on attending Northeastern Junior College in the fall. Our valedictorians, Michael Crandall, Emily Stratman, and Nick Wellen. Michael Crandall is the son of Douglas and Shelley Crandall and plans on attending Brigham Young University. Emily Stratman is the daughter of Marty and Christine Stratman and plans on attending Montana State University at Bozeman. Nick is the son of Ace and Tammy Whalen and plans to attend Dordt University. Now it is my pleasure to get off the stage and introduce our keynote speaker, Brush alum Luke Bullinger.
Life's all about adjusting, right? Here we go. Brush High School, class of 2020, how we doing? I'm just going to hold this. Woo! What a day. Good afternoon, and thank you. As a 2004 graduate of Brush High School, it is my honor to be your keynote speaker today. I have finally reached the pinnacle of what it means to be a super senior. Thank you to the Brush School District, Principal Hodson, and BHS faculty for having me today, and thank you, class of 2020. For those of you wondering, yes, I'm the youngest son of three to Mrs. Barbara Bollinger, a former English teacher here at Brush High School. Some of you probably had her for a class or two, reading Catcher in the Rye or Of Mice and Men, and probably most of you had your grammar corrected by her at some point during your tenure here. It's okay, try being her son for the last 34 years. Last year, she retired after 22 years of full-time teaching in these halls. I've had countless conversations with her about her students, most good, some meh, some just downright crazy. But don't worry, she never mentioned any names. But one thing she always alluded to in every conversation was the student. That's all that mattered to her. You, the students. Making sure she did everything in her power to make sure she left some sort of impact on every student that walked through her door, including me. I had her for several classes my junior and senior year, all those years ago. And even though she was my mother, the way she taught in the classroom left an impression and appreciation that I still carry with me to this day. And I hope you will take away an appreciation from Brush High School, as I have. And yes, I did get an A in all of her classes. Love you, Mom, thanks. What a momentous day for you all. Today is filled with celebration, joy, laughter, maybe some tears, and for a few of you, a huge sigh of relief. Your class carries with it a unique distinction, the first graduating class of a new decade. However, the universe decided that wasn't enough, and our world changed. Our way of life changed. Our lives as we knew it were flipped upside down, and many of us faced, and will continue to face, some difficult times. You all now have the distinction of not only being the first graduating class of a new decade, but also the class that graduated during one of the most challenging times in our nation's history. But that will not define you. Right now, I need every one of you to ask yourself, what is your why? Why have you chosen the path on which you are traveling? I ask because life may have you on the edge right now, even in this moment of celebration. Your why must be greater than what our world is facing, because if you don't know what your why is, and your why is not strong enough, life will knock you out every single time. Don't let current events become your excuse. Let it become your drive, your force, your why. Who are the brave, the resilient, the problem solvers in our world today? Look at your list of fellow graduates. Take a look in the mirror. It's you. It's them. By spending the last few months problem solving, learning, adapting to a new normal, and making it to today, receiving that diploma, you have demonstrated the very fact that you already know your why. You all have been punched in the face by life, and every single one of you decided, not me, not today. You picked yourself up and you focused on your why. By knowing that your why is stronger than that knockout punch, nothing, not even a global pandemic, can stand in your way. You are stronger now than you have ever been. And for that, I congratulate you. Yes, you're all stronger, and you've all received a fine education over the last 4 years, but there is still much to learn. Some of you will go on to learn a trade, attend a higher education institution, join the military, or immediately join the workforce. There's no wrong answer here. Your why will decide for you. Though no matter what the next phase of your education looks like, there are some things that cannot be taught in the classroom by a drill instructor in a shop or even by Googling it, but only by our experiences as we go through life. As someone who considers himself a lifelong learner, I offer the following lesson that I like to call Life 101, Introduction to the Basics. Number 1, learn how to grill. Nothing fancy, burgers, hot dogs, the occasional chicken breast. Depending on your taste, charcoal or propane. Make sure you have a fire extinguisher handy. Learn how to change your own tire. You never know when it's going to happen. It may happen at 3 a.m. while you're delivering newspapers in rural northeast Colorado and your minivan's tire goes flat. Grow something. Now, I know what you're all thinking, but I'm talking trees, flowers, vegetables. Whether it's a small house plant, a windowsill garden, or your backyard one day, you'll appreciate your green thumb. If you haven't noticed, our way of life hangs on the knowledge of those who know how to grow. Know how things work. Your sprinkler system, lawnmower, basement treadmill, vacuum cleaner, garage doors, things like that. Look at a manual once in a while. And if you take it apart, make sure you take a picture of it, how it was put together before you take it apart. Know where the nearest hardware store is located and invest in some good tools, a hammer, a drill, screwdrivers, and maybe some ratchets and wrenches to start. You won't always need them, but it's nice to have them when you do. Keep reading, anything. Doesn't have to be of Mice and Men or Lord of the Flies. Again, sorry Mom, just not my favorite book. Sit down and just read something to take your mind off of whatever is happening in your life and let it be an escape for you. It's never too late to become a reader. Talk with people, connect with them. This game we call life isn't always easy. If you're having a hard time, talk to someone about it because chances are they've probably had a hard time too at some point in their lives. Don't be afraid to talk about how you are feeling. The last thing anybody wants to hear or say is, I wish they would have talked to someone about it. Tell your loved ones you love them as often as you can. The harder you work, the luckier you are. Don't be afraid to take an entry-level job or a job loading boxes into trailers, especially if it helps pay the bills. That hard work one day will pay off if you allow it to. Sometimes you have to pick up a broom or a mop. Don't let that kind of work be beneath you. Don't be afraid to try new sport or activities. Even if you didn't play any sports up to this point, there are a lot of things you can do to stay active. We live in Colorado. Look at the sunshine today. Take advantage of where we live and get outside. I didn't realize until I was 34 that I'm pretty much unstoppable at basement darts. Finally, write things down. Maybe one day your old high school will invite you to speak at a ceremony, and you'll realize it's a pain in the you-know-what to remember anything about your days in high school. So start writing things down now. Memories shape our future. I want you to pull out your phones right now, which I know is against every rule that we followed in high school. Put a reminder in your phone and label that reminder, Read Everybody's Free by Baz Luhrmann, also known as the Sunscreen Song. And some of you millennial parents are probably laughing at me right now. I won't go into detail, but read it, but not until 10 years from now. Reading it now will seem obvious, but after 10 years of highs and lows and being on your own, and learning how society functions outside the constraints of high school, it will have more meaning. Parents that are listening, you should read it too. It contains some powerful messages that remind us all of how important the little things are in life post-graduation. Brush Beat Diggers, class of 2020, go forth and succeed. Don't just be the class that graduated during the pandemic, be the class that made history because of the pandemic. For those of you out there who have an idea of what you want to do with your life, congratulations. Just make sure you leave yourself room to adjust your plans and embrace the change. Some of you may not have it figured all out, and that's okay too. When I sat in your seat, I had no idea what my future held, except that I had a signed piece of paper and a one-way ticket to Marine Corps Recruit Depot, San Diego, California. But I knew my why, and my why was stronger than anything I had ever known or what the doubters told me was impossible. No matter what, enjoy the adventure of finding your next why. Keep that style, that smile, that winning way, Brush High School class of 2020. Congratulations.
Okay. Thank you, Luke. Superintendent Dr. Bill Wilson, Board of Education, honored guests, these young men and women seated before you have met the academic requirements of the state of Colorado and the high standards and expectations of Brush High School. Therefore, it is with great pride that I present you the 2020 class of Brush High School.
Seniors, congratulations. I know this is nothing what you anticipated, nothing what you expected when you entered the school year, and we are all, our heart hurts for you. And yet, just you being here shows me that some of what your speakers have shared with you today and that you'll see on your virtual ceremony, you've already taken to heart. You are resilient, you are ready to adapt, you are ready to understand that this world is not fair, this world owes you nothing. You get the choice to figure out what you do with the hand you're dealt. And as I was listening to Mr. Griffith's comments and reflecting on them a little bit, you know, for those of you that have played baseball or softball, first time you see that curveball, you're not quite sure what to do with it. But if you learn how to hit it, it goes a long way. So keep your eye on that ball as you've been told, and expect a knuckleball too, because I'm sure this world isn't done yet. That said, it is my privilege, on behalf of the Board of Education, to accept you all, these students, these graduates of 2020, as graduates of Brush High School, with all the rights and privileges thereof. Congratulations.
Graduating senior names will be read by Assistant Principal Bradley Bass. We will be taking live action shots for the live stream of each student's name as it is read. Please stay in your vehicles, honk your horns as your student name is read.
Alexis Aguayo. Mark Anthony Aguero. Jacob Scott Ansbach. Ashley Bacon. Jordan Lynn Banks. Alexandria Bartlett. Vincent Baxton. Alexandra Benitez Sanchez. Rafael Avalos. Jesse Brown. JD Brunkart. Brandon Lee Bruning. Katie Burham. Madison Nicole Calvert. Michael Crandall. Brooklyn May Cox. Charnay Cruz. Alyssa De Herrera. Brooke Dingus. Jeremiah Cruz Doñez. Alicia Dory. Quentin Riley Draggart. Hunter Taylor Dunn. Blaine Inslee. Edgar Escalante. Brandon Eskew. Emily Evans. McKenna Evelyn. Brianna Fierro. Johan Flores Hernandez. Allison Paige Foyles. Kaylin Frink. Isaiah Anthony Woodard. Jocelyn Gamboa. Benjamin Wade Garrett. Johan Ronaldo Garcia. Cassidy Gale. Rihanna Getchell. Jasmine Gonzalez Acosta. Melvin Hernandez. Zachary Allen Griffith. Mariah Autumn Kylie Higgins. Robert Hobbs. Elijah Hobbs. Tatum Joel Heffley. Tiara Johnston. Cody James Jones. Clayton Eric Kaufman. Haley Kirby. Aubrey Klein. Precious Knight. Jeffrey Lancaster. Hunter Dale Ludgate. Dominic Anthony Madrid. Jalen Martinez. Lexi Ray McLeod. Angelis Betty Medina. Aaliyah Mendez Cardenas. Alberto Nunez Gonzalez. Romelia Nunez Gonzalez. Mike Ortega Gonzalez. Jimena Pena. Juvenal Puga. Alexa Jade Reeves. Ricardo Reyes. Sabine Reyes Calvillo. Mario Rivas. Moses William Rivera. Bryson Travis Rudel. Michaela Angel Salazar. Alfonso Sacedo Cefala. Joshua Scott. Ronaldo Sebastian. Hank Shaver. Maddie Lee Singley. Kylie Elizabeth Stegner. Emily Samantha Stratman. Delana Joan Tatalini. Luke Seawald. John Alexander Sweeney. Aaron Jean Taylor. Bryce Thomas. Jordan Urig. Eric Urbina. Angelina Marie Van Greshepie. Nicole Vasquez. Nayeli Vasquez. Jimmy Wong. Nicholas Wellen.
And now, the class president, Delana Tatalini, and class vice president, Brooklyn Cox, will lead us in the moving of the tassels and the release of the balloons. Please stay in your vehicles.
Class of 2020, you may now move your tassels. Congratulations, you may now release your balloons.
Please wait for your row to be dismissed by the parking crew in the orange vests. If you do not wish to be in the parade, please do not turn right onto Eaton Street at the beginning of the parade. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Brush High School class of 2020. Congratulations. Please stay in your vehicles, and the recessional parade will be led by the Brush, Hill Rose, Snyder fire departments along with the Brush Police Department on the class 2020 graduation route. Nick Wellen, you may lead the way.
Lately, I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. But baby, I've been praying hard. Said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Yeah, we'll be counting stars. Lately, I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. But baby, I've been praying hard. Said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. And I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. But baby, I've been praying hard. Said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Yeah, we'll be counting stars. Like a swinging vine, swing my heart across the line. In my face is flashing signs. Seek it out and ye shall find. Old, but I'm not that old. Young, but I'm not that bold. And I don't think the world is sold. I'm just doing what we're told. I feel something so right, doing the wrong thing. And I feel something so wrong, doing the right thing. I could lie. Everything that kills me makes me feel alive. Lately, I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. Baby, I've been praying hard. Said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Lately, I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. But baby, I've been praying hard. Said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Hey. I feel your love and I feel it burn down this river every turn. Hope is our four-letter word. Make that money, watch it burn. Old, but I'm not that old. Young, but I'm not that bold. And I don't think the world is sold. I'm just doing what we're told. And I feel something so wrong. We're doing the right thing. I could lie. Everything that drowns me makes me wanna fly. Lately, I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. But baby, I've been praying hard. Said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Lately, I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. But baby, I've been praying hard. Said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Oh, take that money, watch it burn, sink in the river the lessons I learned. Take that money, watch it burn, sink in the river the lessons I learned. Take that money, watch it burn, sink in the river the lessons I learned. Take that money, watch it burn, sink in the river the lessons I learned. Everything that kills me makes me feel alive.